If you're launching a new product, it's super important to keep an eye on your buy box. Today's video, I want to explain what is the Amazon buy box, why is it important to know what it is, to monitor it, to keep a really close eye on it after you launch, or if you're already selling a product, how do you monitor it, what you should look for, but also why the buy box is important during the product research phase. You can actually use looking at the buy box to know, are there a lot of hijackers out there potentially on that product? Is there a lot of Amazon sellers, retail online sellers selling that product? So the buy box is super important for a variety of reasons. Today's video, I'm gonna break down why it's important to monitor the buy box, what is the buy box, and the most important factors that go into winning the buy box. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back to those of you who are my subscribers. My name is Brian Noonan. I'm a full-time Amazon FBA seller, mentor, business coach. Right here on my channel, I'm dedicated to releasing 1 to 2 videos every week covering everything Amazon, e-commerce, personal development. So if you enjoy that type of content, do me a favor, head on down and press subscribe. I can see each and every one of you who take just a moment to subscribe, and I truly appreciate each of you. My job right here on this channel is to help educate, teach, impact as many lives as possible, sharing my story, how I went from a struggling broke drug addict 6.5 years ago all the way to owning multiple six-figure online businesses. All right, let's jump into today's video. All right, guys, well, welcome inside my computer. Let's first go over what is the Amazon buy box, where is it, how do you find it, why it's important for both the product research phase and then even more important after you launch your product and you have your listing all set up, you've started to sell, why you want to monitor it super close. So let me just pull up a listing here. So let's pull up one that I know is selling really well. This one has 10,000 reviews. It's a magnetic wristband. The buy box, guys, is right over here on the right-hand side. You can see the buy now button and the add to cart button. Below there, sometimes you'll notice that there's multiple companies or listings or prices or other sellers selling this exact product. Now, there's different business models to selling on Amazon. The 3 main ones are the wholesale model, the retail online arbitrage model, where you're listing products and flipping them. You're buying products at a discount and then listing them on bigger brands listings and flipping them. And then there's the private label model, which most of you are probably doing, where we go through all of the work and effort of, finding the product, finding a manufacturer, improving the product, shipping it into Amazon, creating a brand new listing from scratch, getting photos done, all of that. That's the private label model. But for the wholesale model and the online retail arbitrage model, essentially sellers are just finding products that are already selling on Amazon and then buying them and listing those on other brands, bigger brands, or other sellers' listings, and getting the buy box and getting sales. And so let me pull up a product here. This one doesn't have any other sellers or hijackers or any other buy box sellers. So it's not one I can use as an example in this video to show you kind of the buy box, the outline of it, and exactly how you would win it. Let me see if this one has any other sellers in the buy box. Typically, you can spot it in 2 places. Usually under the price, it'll say available from these sellers or new and used from. And then over on the right-hand side below the buy now button, in those 2 places is where you can see if you have any other sellers on your listing. I may have to pull up a different product that's more kind of general, not so much private label going on, to be able to show you the buy box, because there's no real limit to how many sellers can be on a listing. Obviously, if you've done a good job differentiating your product, branding your product, and you get brand registry, you're going to be really well protected from hijackers or other sellers, retail online arbitragers telling Amazon, hey, I have this exact same product. Let me sell on their listing, which is essentially hijacking. So let me just pull up another product, which I know there is online retail arbitrage going on. So we'll pull up this one. And you can also tell right here, it says 4 new offers from. That means that there's 4 sellers potentially on this listing. So that's why I chose this one. Right here, it says new 4 from. That right there tells me automatically that there's not just one seller, this seller, Aiden and Aiden brand, on their listing. That means there's a 4 other sellers potentially. So over here, on the right-hand side, below the Buy Now button is the buy box. So the buy box means when the customer clicks when the customer clicks on add to cart or buy now, who gets that sale? you want to always get that sale because we went through all the work of finding the product, creating the listing, shipping it into Amazon, getting all the photos done. We want to always get that sale. So we always want to own and control the buy box. But you may experience a hijacker or some fake seller who jumps on your listing and says, hey, I have this product too, even though they don't. They may just have a cheaper version or just claiming they have your product when they really don't. And they jump on your listing. So you'll want to monitor this. Now, before I show you how to monitor it and how to deal with hijackers, if you get one, I want to talk about why is the buy box important during the product research phase. If you're doing product research, guys, let me back up one step and you're thinking of selling the swaddle blanket. During the product research phase, I really suggest looking like, do you see all of these listings on page 1 has 4 used and new from? 6, this one has just 1, or 48 new offers. Oh my gosh, 48 sellers on this listing. Here, 10 offers or 10 sellers on this listing. Okay, so if you notice a lot of the products, 4 new offers on this, if you notice a lot of your competitors' products on Amazon have this many sellers, like 40 other sellers, 10 new sellers, 2 new sellers, 4 new sellers used in news, 48 new sellers. If you notice this a lot on page 1, your top competitors, let's say your top 10 competitors, 4 or 5 of the listings look like this with all these other sellers, that may be a good product to stay away from. And the reason is it tells me that it's an easy to get product. Like it's easy to find. People are finding this in retail stores. They're finding it easily online at a discount, like at Walmart, on clearance, in the store or online, like Overstock.com, like eBay, like somewhere all these sellers, 48 of them, are getting this product. Now, they're not all selling new. Some may be used, so maybe they did buy it. But most of these are new, guys, and they're all different companies. This is, if it says, so this is the buy box. So who has the buy box right now? Well, this brand, Aiden and Aiden, has the buy box now because, oh no, sorry, they do not have the buy box. You can see under the buy now button, add to cart, it says ships from Amazon. So that's FBA, but sold by Three Brothers Sales. Now, does that match this company, Aiden and Aiden? No. The Three Brothers Sales could or could not be this brand. So it may or may not be going to this seller. You want to see your brand name, obviously, under the title because that's what we enter there. And then you should see your company sold by, and then it should say your company or storefront name right here. Always. Let's look at, and then you see all these other sellers on Amazon. Sold by Allie's Corner Store. Sold by Looking for Bargains 56. Sold by Merchant Royale. Like all of these other sellers. So if you notice, during the product research phase, you'll see this a lot with generic type products like swaddle blankets, like tumblers, normal coffee tumblers and wine tumblers and, you know, decorations that are easy to get. Generic type products, you'll notice that this happens a lot more often, where there's a ton of other sellers like this because it's a product that's easy to get. And that's the kind of danger of selling a very generic product, which number one, doesn't really work anymore due to how much competition is out there. But number two, because this can happen, it's an easy product to get if you don't differentiate, if you don't improve the product, add features, make it unique, make it hard for other sellers to get your product. That can lead to hijackers or other sellers stealing the buy box from you, meaning when the customer presses that buy now, add to cart, you're not getting the sale. The other seller here has won the buy box and gets these sales. So you can see all of these different companies, the P&W Wood, J&B Products, Cincinnati Sellers, Following the Leading, MJFA. All of these are other FBA sellers because it says ships from Amazon, meaning the stock is at Amazon for FBA fulfillment. But it says sold by. All these other different companies are on this listing trying to make sales. Now, how does Amazon determine who gets the sale? If there's all these other sellers, how do they determine that right now, if I buy this product, add to cart, that this company is going to get the sale? Well, there's a couple different factors that go into that, including sales, kind of BSR, but the main one is the price. Amazon usually will put the lowest price product in the buy box. So if this seller right here, right, you can see that this Ali's Corner Store company is selling for $26.81, but the buy box is going to Three Brothers Sales for $25.99. So that's the buy box right now, is this Three Brothers store sales. They have it priced at $25.99 and are winning the buy box right now. This could change in an hour. It could change in 20 minutes. If I was this company, Ali's Corner Store, and I wanted to win the buy box, how would I do that? Well, you could simply go from $26.81, or she could, or he could, go down to $25.96, and now you're 3 cents under the price. That alone will usually give you the buy box. So let's follow up with, let's say you're selling this product. Obviously, what do you do with all of these other sellers if they did jump on your listing? Well, I'll link a document down below about hijackers, how to deal with hijackers. It goes over exactly the steps you'll need to take, including if you don't have brand registry, guys. If you do have brand registry, you can make a complaint to Amazon and get them kicked off pretty easily. But even if you do have brand registry, sometimes it doesn't always work and you have to go through these other steps. So I'll link this doc down below about hijackers. Essentially, we need to do a test buy with overnight shipping. We need to send a cease and desist letter to their email and to their physical mailing address, which you can find by clicking on the company. Click on the company to send the cease and desist letter. Click on their company name, and then right here is their business address and name. Send an official, notarized, legal cease and desist letter right to them. You can create a cease and desist letter on rocketlawyer.com. We want to see if we can buy out all their inventory. So try adding $999 to the cart and see what it comes back and says. This is a trick that will tell me quantity right here. They have a limit of 6, but sometimes you can add a quantity of 999 to the cart and press add to cart. Not buy now, but add to cart, and then it'll come back and it'll give you an error saying this seller only has 136 in stock. So another option is if it only says like 30 in stock, buy out all their inventory. But I would first send a cease and desist letter, send it to both their seller storefront name via the contact seller button via email, and also find their business address and then send it to there. Buy out all their inventory if you can. Try adding $999 to the cart and see what the error message says, how many they have in stock. Do a test buy with fast shipping, get it to you, and then document, take pictures of the fake product or the hijackers product and your actual product, and then you'll have some evidence to submit to Amazon showing what's different. Lower your price by 1 cent to 5 cents below theirs, and monitor your listing every day, even every hour, to make sure that you keep winning the buy box. Of course, the buy box means when the customer clicks on add to cart or buy now, who's getting that sale? That's the buy box essentially. Get your brand logo on all your products and packaging if you don't already. Set in the bullet points, the last bullet point, like shop with confidence. We offer a 2-year manufacturer limited warranty. The hijackers and other sellers cannot offer your exact manufacturer warranty. So that's super powerful to do. I've won cases presenting evidence to Amazon when I have had a hijacker just by doing this. Having my warranty in my bullets, the hijacker or other seller can't offer your manufacturer warranty. And then, of course, get Amazon brand registry as soon as you can afford to do so, okay? And you can register your trademark or your brand name through LegalZoom or Trademarkia for about $400 to $600, or file for yourself on uspto.gov. And then as soon as you have that serial number or registration number from the trademark office, you can apply for brand registry with a pending trademark, or if your trademark's already been granted. If you guys have any other questions, one other thing, alerts tool. This is in Helium 10 called Alerts, Hijacker and Product Monitoring. You'll want to add your ASIN and your product into this Hijacker alerts. So Helium 10 will send you an email or an alert if you do get a hijacker on your listing. But so the buy box is super important during the product research phase, because we don't want a lot of competitors that have a ton of hijackers already on them, because that means we could potentially be in the same boat. And then after you launch your product, you want to take care of any hijackers that come on your listing and steal the buy box. And if you do get a hijacker, monitor the buy box closely to make sure you're in it and winning it until you can get those other sellers kicked off. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video going over how to deal with hijackers. Really appreciate you watching. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you're not already. Join the Amazon FBA Gladiators Facebook group. I'm in that group every single day helping answer your questions. I appreciate you guys' support, and I will see you on the next video.